รื่องของศีลธรรมเรื่องของการตรัสรู้กับองค์พุทธะเนี่ยมันจะไม่เกี่ยวกับนิกายไม่ว่าจะมหายานไม่ว่าจะหินยานหรือว่าลัทธิมันจะไม่เกี่ยว
Regarding religions, Satya Dharma and the enlightenment of the Buddhas, it has nothing to do with any belief systems, whether it is Mahayana, Hinayana or any dogmas. Is irrelevant. The Buddhas give the enlightenment directly, with one sentence that gives ending with one sentence only. Religions, doctrines, dogmas has been created later on by faith. It is the faith that doesn't cut through deluded knowing. It is consisted of the delusive attachment. Faith for fixation. There has been a lot of fixation, variations of faith, variations of fixation. It becomes the forms of religions. From each individual fixation, each individual grasping, it turns into doctrines and sects of beliefs. This is because of grasping differently, attaching differently, and holding on differently, believing differently. Therefore, the forms of sects and doctrines happen. It is not yet aligned with the Satya Dharma. The true essence that is aligned with the Satya Dharma cannot be grasped, cannot be touched. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta is only bygone be bygone. No need to try to be bound or to be free with it again. No need. No need to try to liberate or not liberate in whatever ways again. No need. Everything is anicca and anatta as it already is. The enlightenment has been given for everything already by all the Buddhas. Therefore, no need to do in whatever ways again. No need to practice in whatever ways again. Move on altogether with everything, not attached to either attachment or non-attachment. Not having to attach or detach in whatever ways again. Be aligned exactly with the essence of the enlightenment. Then the Satya Dharma will be flourish. What you see all these days is called the religions is flourishing. It is the religions that comes from faith and delusive attachment. You can see the prosperity of every religion in the whole world. Whether it is Buddhism, Christianity, or Islam, they all have the forms of development with faith. They are separately fixated. They are separately attached. The faith that is consisted of the delusive attachment. Therefore, the prosperity that you have seen is actually from faith and the delusive attachment. However, it is not the true essence of the enlightenment. The true essence of the enlightenment has nothing to do with forms or formlessness, body or mind, at all. It has nothing to do with the sense organs and the object of the perceptions. It has nothing to do with all types of Dhamma. The true origin of the Satya Dhamma is not related even to the non-relating itself. It's intangible. This is beyond the delusive attachment and faith. It is beyond dogmas, beyond sects, beyond religions. So, you have been too far from it. Your faith has come too far. You may have to return to the true origin. Towards that which has nothing to do with the attempt to begin or to end, the attempt to be bound or to be free. We have to return exactly to the true origin. At the moment, faith from any religions, from all over the world, has been diligently fabricated. It is the faith that is diligently birthing and ceasing, diligently originate. Therefore, it's not something that is truly liberating from suffering. Because the arising and ceasing is the suffering within itself. Even mindfulness is the arising and ceasing within itself. The samadhi, the concentration, is still the arising and ceasing state within itself. Especially wisdoms, there is no need to mention it. It is frequently arising and ceasing. It is not the essence of the Satya Dhamma, that is the true essence of the enlightenment from all the Buddhas. All of you must conclude exactly, accurately. How are you going to end the ending itself? Without having to try to end anything. How will you let go of the letting go itself? Without having to be in trouble, trying to let go of the defilements or all things. How will you step back to not attach to the non-attachment itself? By not having to not attach to all things. Or trying to not attach to anything. Even trying to not attach to anything is the arising and ceasing within itself. Once the desire have led oneself to be offside so much, then one has to step back. With all the conclusion that is given, that everything is not something to be attached to, how is your act of the non-attachment gonna give ending? You have to step back to not attach to the non-attachment itself. Use the cutout from the main circuit, not switches. If you are obsessively not attached to this and that, it's not ending. It's still straying here and there. It's like there are millions of switches, but there is only one cut-out circuit. Between the million switches and the one cut-out circuit, where are you going to press the button? Similarly, in this samsara, there are lots of things to be detached from. However, the only place that can give ending is to step back, to not attach to the non-attachment itself. With this, it can end for every matter. Let go of the letting go itself. No need to think of letting go of anything to create restlessness of the mind. With this, it will give ending to all paths and to all the results of the path and the path to the enlightenment right away. This is not fabricated satya dharma or the truth. It is something that gives ending to the ending itself. If you are using the non-attachment to not attach to this thing and that thing, that is still the dharma that is fabricated. Let the non-attachment dissolve itself, purifies itself. Therefore, you cannot not attach to anything at all, except not attach to the non-attachment itself only. With this, the non-attachment will not be fabricated further on. It will neither become the knowledge, the practice, and the result of the practice in whatever ways at all. Ending will be right there and then. Within the essence of the enlightenment, the satya dharma, there is not much. If you help giving ending correctly, helping giving ending directly, not leading the beings to circle around and around, then the beings will be liberated from the sufferings altogether. It is not like what's happening in the whole world. Buddhist, Christianity, Islam, Sikh, Hindu, all of these religions are the forms of the delusive attachment to faith. The delusive attachment to faith that is ready to create anything or fabricate anything at any moment. Forms, methods and ways, and rituals are only the arising and ceasing. It's not truly aligned with Nibbana. In order to end immediately, one has to step back, to disengage from disengaging itself, to not attach to the non-attachment itself. There is no need to not attach to anything. For letting go, just step back to let go of the letting go itself. No need to let go of anything. With this, it can end. Ending for all matters. And there are no troubles, no complications. All these days, there are difficulties and complications because of rituals. It's derived from the desiring faith that creates it. As a result, there are so many rituals, so many formalities and steps. It's considered as a kind of self-torture. Therefore, we have to stop all this kind of acts of suffering, self-torture. Even not attached is not attached to itself. Trying to not attach to this and that, it will turn into self-torture immediately. And it will continue for a lengthy time in such a way. It will continue to be the learning and a practice for a lengthy time. That is called a kind of self-torture. In order to end the self-torture, you have to step back with everything not attached even to the non-attachment itself. Making a conclusion like this, ending with one sentence giving ending with one sentence. It will give ending to the delusion to practice further as well. If everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself, one doesn't have to delusively practicing in whatever ways any longer. This is because it has been enlightened to the truth that everything is anicca and anatta. The anatta doesn't have attachment or non-attachment within itself. The anicca either doesn't have attachment or non-attachment within itself. Attachment and detachment is derived from the desire practicing totally. Therefore, you have to make a conclusion exactly and correctly so that you will not be in trouble. Luang Por has been to many countries to give conclusion towards ending for everywhere that Luang Por has been, blessing both the non-humans and the humans. Those practitioners who left the physical body, they hasn't gone to anywhere. They're still in the samsara as always. It's possible to bless them. It's possible to bless also the non-humans. It's also possible to bless the humans. The word blessing means just giving ending to. Whatever that is unending, just give ending to it. That's all. There is not much. There are no steps. There are not that many rituals. Just like the breath, breathing in, breathing out naturally, without having steps or rituals. except that you have the delusive attachment to create steps for it. Breathing in like this, breathing out like that, creating steps by the desire, by the delusive attachment. That is called practicing self-torture. So let's end in the way that is shortly, so that it will not become a burden for the new generation. For the past generation, who has the difficulties in the perseverance in practices, then let the bygone be bygone. However, for the new generation, don't give them the difficulties. Be direct with them, those children from the elementary, secondary, high schools and universities. Not attached to the non-attachment itself. For letting go of the letting go itself, there is no need to let go of anything. For not grasping for the non-grasping itself, it's not about not grasping for anything. This will be the natural Dhamma reminders for the natural cutting. There is not much.